Welcome back. Former President Donald Trump was in Aurora, Colorado yesterday, a city that has made headlines in recent weeks for that run with Venezuelan gangs. Trump laid into Vice President Kamala Harris and her lack of action at the border over the past 3.5 years. Take a listen.
What Kamala Harris has done to our border is a crime and an atrocity of the highest order. But even after all of the pain and suffering she's caused, when Kamala was asked this week if she would do anything different than Biden, she choked like a dog. She said not one thing.
All right, for more on this, let's welcome in immigration legal expert Elizabeth Ricci and Senior National Security Fellow for the Center of Immigration Studies, Todd Bensman. Thank you both so much for joining us today. Elizabeth, the election is 24 days away now. It's crazy to me how quickly it's come. Which campaign policies are better for the security of the United States?
Well, you know, it's not about a particular person or a particular campaign. We need a bipartisan solution. It's not about one person. And I think that's a disingenuous question. We need to work together with both parties and even other countries.
Okay, so then if that's the case, then how do we do that?
Oh, thank you for asking. I actually have some ideas, but I'm not a member of Congress, right? I'm not a policymaker. I'm an attorney. I'm a professor. So I have ideas, but I'm not the one who can implement those ideas. We need to have more boots on the ground, more technology, higher wall, wider wall. We need to improve the speed with which we adjudicate immigration court cases. We have 3.5 million cases in the pipeline right now. They take 3, 4, or even 5 years. That is not justice. As people are waiting for their hearings, they are creating deeper roots in this country, and it's more and more difficult to remove them. We need to find out what's the root cause and how to make solutions with other countries to address those causes, to minimize how many people are coming here without permission. Absolutely.
Todd, we've seen what the past 4 years has brought us in terms of the massive amounts of illegal aliens that, in my terms, I would say have invaded our country. If perhaps Vice President Harris becomes president, what do you think another 4 years would do to our country?
We're going to continue to have. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, this was for Todd.
That's okay. Harris has already laid out some of what she plans to do. She wants to treble down on, for example, what they call lawful pathways, which is to authorize hundreds of thousands of otherwise illegal border crossers to fly over the border into U.S. cities. At least 650,000 have flown in, been authorized to fly in over the border into U.S. cities directly, sight unseen. Nobody can see this. Another 500,000 have been walked in over the land ports. She said that she wants to do much more of that. That's a great thing in her idea, but remember that if you're Denver, Boston, Chicago, Washington, D.C., or any of these, Springfield, or any of these other cities and towns that are absolutely staggering under the burden of this, you don't really care whether they walk in over between the ports of entry, between into the brush, or they're flying in or being walked in over the ports. You still have an unfunded burden that you're going to have to deal with. And she wants to do a whole lot more of that. Also, I don't see any reference that she ever makes to the deal that they cut with Mexico to round them up from the northern provinces and stick them in the southern provinces behind militarized roadblocks. Will that deal last beyond November 5th if she wins? That's a huge question, because that's the only thing that's keeping the border looking sort of sane right now, is that Mexico deal. What's going to happen after November 5? Nobody's talking about that.
Elizabeth, a man was caught foiling, a terror plot was foiled from an Afghan man who was going to commit a terror attack on behalf of ISIS. With that example, Talk to us about the screening process. Was something missed along the lines here with this particular gentleman?
I think it was. He came over as a special immigrant after having helped the United States abroad, helped the CIA, for example. So on one hand, we need foreigners helping us and helping our government abroad, and we reward people who do that with the special immigrant visa. But I do think that the vetting was a problem, and that's why he was attempting to do what he was and wanted to bring violence to this country. We need more vetting. We need better vetting. We need more competent immigration judges. We need quicker adjudications at immigration. I see every day in my practice how broken this system is. Todd used the phrase unfunded mandate. Absolutely. We need more money to make all of these things happen. But until there's more money, we are kicking the can down the road more and more, and there are no solutions. And we're going to see more and more people here. You had mentioned a moment ago about the, quote, invasion. I don't think that whatever you want to call it is because of a particular administration. You have to recognize that more and more people are coming here every year, more than ever in history other than World War II. So it is not because of a person or a policy. It is conditions abroad that are making people flee their countries. And for one person to say, don't do that, is like telling them, stay on a sinking ship, stay in a burning building. They're going to come anyway. And until those conditions are improved, we need a holistic approach to fix all of this.
Todd, we've actually just run out of time, but we will have you back, I promise. I'm sorry we didn't get to you for a second time. But Elizabeth, Ricci, Tom Bensman, thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.